Whispers float in empty halls. Footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along the crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
Hi, I'm Rochelle, the Psychic Sleuth. Spirit shows me patterns across past, present, and future. What comes through can be symbolic, metaphoric, or not always literal, though sometimes it is. Messages often carry multiple meanings that weave together through energetic tracking, prophetic sequencing, and blueprint mapping. I know I talk fast sometimes, it's just how spirit flows through me. You can always replay or slow down if you need to. I triple check what I receive with astrology and cards, but this isn't about being 100% right. It's about truth, responsibility, and integrity. I'm the one sitting with spirit on these cases, so this is a space for truth seeking, not debate. Please respect the work. If you can't honor spirit, this may not be the place for you. And before we start, I want to make something clear. My process has evolved for a reason. I don't use sitters anymore. I don't do live channeling on heavy cases, and I won't be performing on command. That's not safe, it's not accurate, and it pulls the work off track. I work the way spirit directs me, through mediumship, pattern recognition, astrology validation, cards when needed, and prophetic sequencing. Every layer strengthens the message and protects the integrity of the case. Please don't tell me how to do my job. This isn't about entertainment. It's about truth, responsibility, and helping families. If my style isn't for you, that's okay. But this is how I work, and this is how the work stays accurate. You can support me is I have partnered with the company Astro Song. It is a song based on your birth chart. You enter your birth information, and they make a song for you. You can pick the length that you want your song, how many verses you want it. I will put a little clip here of mine. If you're interested, there is a link in the Linktree in the description box with everything else. You can enter my name, Rochelle Lapham, in all caps. Again, information in the description box below for a 10% discount.
And they can see a constellation of complexity. Balance light and shadow with such grace. Every scar became a sacred space. Rachel, you don't need to prove your worth. You've been enough since the day of your birth.
It's just a taste so you could get an idea. I appreciate all your love and support. If my work resonates, the best way to help is through community support for Justice's Cadaver Dog Training Fund. It doesn't take huge donations. Even the cost of a coffee adds up when many give. Shop new merch and help Justice on his mission. Links to my shop and donation page are pinned below. Every purchase helps fund the work. Thank you for being here. Now let's get on to today's case. Hey guys, so I actually wasn't planning on doing a video tonight. I've been kind of emotional and I'm really not in the headspace. So anyways, that you guys can support me by liking, subscribing. There's lots of free ways to support me. Also, the new podcast, if you can go listen to that, let us know what you think. All of that is out. There is a new GoFundMe to help me out with the heat. It's going to hit in the late 90s next week, so that means it's probably going to be 90 in here. The whole story's on there, but if you can, if not, just sharing it is going to be helpful. I'm at the point now where high 80s in the house. I'm having a hard time functioning. Therefore, I'm having a hard time working. So that's why I haven't gotten too much out. That's why you see me sort of exhausted besides the emotional part of it all. So anyways, don't want to go too far into that. Just want to let you know those ways are out there. So I was actually talking to Lynette in my head because she's been pushing me, and I did another reading on her. I did a couple videos. I did like a location video, and it just kind of got validated tonight. So I was like, well, I need to do this, because I was like, sorry, Lynette, that I haven't channeled you, because I was going to channel her the way that I channeled Celeste. And again, I haven't been in the headspace. I haven't had the energy. It's just it's been a lot. So I was basically talking to her tonight and apologizing for that. And all of a sudden, she showed me buoys. And she continued to show it to me until I came over to the computer and looked to see where that was at. Now, before I show you where it's at, I wanted to try to, I'm actually not looking at the computer. I don't know what I'm going to get because of how tired I am and how drained I am right now. But while I had this on, I wanted to actually try to see if I could give a little bit of her message. So I'm looking at a picture of her now. This is kind of what I did with Celeste. So yes, she pushed me to get on here, and now I am. Fan got turned off. I am gonna try to give you something. If I can't, then I'll just explain to you what the buoy thing is. Like I said, I don't know because I'm pretty tired. The heat really does take it out of you. All right. So this feels like kind of like, and I don't remember I got in the last reading. I didn't really listen to it, but I mean, I never really listen to my readings back. I probably should, but I never really have the time. I kind of just give what I get and I kind of forget about it till I go back over it at some point. But so if I repeat things, I do apologize. But she is showing me this back and forth kind of situation with her and Brian, where I guess I better put this really quick. Where there was kind of like this push and pull energy. So it was like every time she tried to leave, he'd bring her back, and I hear hook, line, and sinker. So I know that she liked sailing in the water and everything like that. And I think that's originally how they came to know one another, or there feels like they shared, that's kind of, she says that's the only thing they had in common. So they shared that love of like the water and sailing and stuff, and I don't know if that's like originally how they started the relationship, was traveling like that, or if they met one another through the love of water, sailing, and all of that. And so she's using the phrase like hook, line, and sinker, so meaning that like he kind of used to trick her with saying he'd change, he'd do this, he'd do that. And she's also telling me it's a similar kind of thing with Celeste, like, but she's older. It's a trauma bonding situation with a narcissist. The problem with these types of relationships is that narcissists get their hooks in the empaths, the women that will do anything for anybody, and they take advantage of them, and they literally change the way that their thought process is and their brain. It kind of causes brain damage from the brainwashing. So it's almost like every time she tried to get away, he'd bring her back. So I'm getting like this push and pull feeling, and again, that trauma bonding situation. And until you understand what trauma bonding is and all of that, like I know a lot of people don't understand, why would a woman stay. I hear promises, promises, promises. So I think that's a song, honestly. So I'm pretty sure that is actually a song. Sorry, everything's ridiculous right now. Promises, promises, promises. And I do feel like, again, he was emotionally abusive to her. I feel like he would slap her around and then say, I'm sorry. Kind of make her feel like she deserved it. That's what she's showing me. Like, you deserved it. How dare you? You know how narcissists are. They always try to put it on it being their fault. And she said, I began to believe that. She's saying the words glutton for punishment. So that's from her, not from me. Glutton for punishment. Is that the phrase? She said that she had begun falling out of love with him. She no longer wanted to bargain with him, bargain on, changes and the way that, the things that he kept promising and the things he never, and I also feel like he would threaten her, like, you leave me, I'll effing kill you, B. And so she, I also am wondering if he didn't kind of, in a way, she's showing me like threaten her or her family or threaten in some aspect. There's a reference to possibly having like pictures of her or something that he would threaten to release. Or like moments like I'm trying to think of the other case where I've heard this or I've heard somebody doing this to victim. But anyways, he had certain things that he would threaten with, right? And also he would make her believe that she couldn't be without him, she couldn't survive without him. And I think monetarily, right? She was like, well, so I don't know if he had all the money or if she was kind of worried about the fact of monetarily, what was she going to do? And I feel like she's saying, like, how could I get out of this situation? I don't know how to get out of this situation. And I honestly feel like she was kind of done. And that's what started this argument. And she had been done before. She had said she was leaving. Again, there's this push-pull back and forth. And I feel like, I don't know if like she left, went to mom, and then he would pull her back. And then mom would be like very worried about her or trying to get her help or something of that sort. Because I keep getting mom in the energy of this situation where she would run to mom and then she would run back depending on what was said and done. And she says, I'm not proud of it. But she understands also the trap that she was in, and the way that he was manipulating her. And she says forcing her to be somewhere she didn't want to be. And things were getting rocky. So I don't think that they were getting along at that time. I think like she said to him, as soon as we get back, I'm leaving and I'm taking what's mine. And like, there was threats there. And I just feel like he would get really angry. Like he had a bad temper. And I do feel like, he was impulsive at times too. But I do feel like also that he kind of planned. He had thought about it in his head, planned about it in his head when she started threatening to leave. But the act itself ended up being like heat of the moment, impulsive. Like that's the way that it's coming across. And she's showing me them on, and I always said, if you go back to my readings, I always said they were on soulmate when this happened, that I kept getting her on the boat because I kept getting the railings. And so I don't know if it originally started outside and then moved inside, but there is a there's lots of arguing. And I don't know if like she turned to walk away, because I'm hearing, don't you turn your back on me, you effing B. Like he's typical narcissist, but I feel like there's like some psychopathic tendencies there. There's not really empathy or compassion. I don't even think he loved her. Like she's an object. She's an object that he had to possess. And when he lost that control, that's when he lost it. So there's I feel like at some point he felt like she disrespected him on the boat. And disrespected him earlier in the day. And also, I don't know if, like, I feel like he would. So Lynette shows me she put on like a fake face, like a brave face, like to the outside world. She'd act like she was having a good time and smiling, but inside she was literally dying. Like inside she was literally unhappy. Like, how do I get out of here? So she would put out this front to the world and make it seem like everything was fine, and no one would ever think she was in this relationship, like many people in domestic violence situations do, where she was putting out this like front, so to speak, to the world, and to family members and to whatever. Right. And I feel like she was very controlled in the way that she had to act a certain way. She had to smile. She had to be a certain way around him, because if not, she knew she was in trouble. So very controlling in that way. And I don't know if something happened, because I feel like I keep going back to that time when she's sitting. Now I did see the image of her sitting in the the pool chair and him sitting beside her and her arms are crossed. The body language really got to me because I recognize it. Like, she was upset, she was done, and like she was having a really hard time like being near him. And I feel like he was saying really like condescending things to her at that time. And but also like under like a fake sweet tone, you know what I mean? Kind of like saying certain things under his breath, but also then covering it up with like sweet nothings. I don't know. And it's kind of like coming across like that. And she's like crossing her arms like, I'm done, like same old, same old thing, same old Brian. And that's her word, same old Brian. Like, she began to see, I mean, she had seen for a long time that he was never going to change, like he couldn't change. She says the drinking was a problem, so I don't think he was really drunk that day, but I feel like drinking was a problem, and he would probably get worse when he drank. But she's saying splitting hairs, so I know that's like a phrase. But I feel like it kind of like started. I feel like that's where it kind of started. She keeps taking me back to that moment. So I feel like that's where the argument started, where things started to get a little rough. And I don't know if maybe she looked at like a bartender wrong and he thought she was flirting or checking him out or whatever. Because I kind of get like that possessive, jealous thing. And I do get a reference to her like packing bags. Like, she was trying to find a way to leave, like sneak leave. But at the same time, it was like, okay, when we get back, I'm done. But I think, so it's like, it's kind of both feelings. Like, when I get back, I'm done. But in the meantime, I'm going to sneakily like pack things in case I have to like leave. Because I feel like she was starting to fear for her life because of threats he was saying, things he was doing, things he was saying, doing, and all of that. So I do think that he thought about this, but again, it was impulsive. And I keep seeing like her turning to walk away, and it's like, don't you turn your back on me. And there's a reference to the head. I always get a reference to the head. I get a reference to kind of physical, punches. And but I feel like something hits me in the back of the head. I don't know if this is an object or something. I think we got objects in the cards. I think we got a weapon in the cards. It's like, did the violence gone wrong? He wailed on her is what I'm getting. So I'm sorry. It was almost like you lose it on somebody and it doesn't stop till they're done. And then I don't even know if he'd recognize what he had fully done, because I see him like somehow it ended up with this. And him kind of, I keep seeing him straddling her. So like after that, kind of like sitting up, like wiping sweat or something. I know that sounds weird. So I feel like he had a bunch of things. And I think there's some kind of planning to this at some point. Because I feel like he was thinking in the ways of, how am I going to get away with this? What story am I going to come up with? And again, so then that way it's planned, but again, impulsive. I don't know if I'm making sense with that, but that's kind of how it feels. I don't know, again, if she made plans to go back to mom's, because I keep getting mom in this. And there's something written out. So there's a letter written or something like that. I don't know where that would be at, if that's something that was done. And I keep going back to what the EVP said. He wrapped her up. So I don't know if he put her in something, because we did get a metal container. That is the one thing that I'm being reminded that we did get in there. But I do think he wrapped her with an anchor, because I was getting that. I can't remember if I said in the last reading, but I'm feeling like the chain of an anchor, the metal of an anchor, and then like something really heavy. And I always get like this island, right? And I've been getting the island and between two islands and a channel. I'm going to show you in a minute, like, what was wild about giving me the buoy stuff tonight. And I don't know if it's because I feel like she's going to be found, and maybe that's what the pushing thing is. It's like I feel like I'm being, like, she's been pushing me because she's going to be found. I don't know if it's for validation or because she's been pushing me since for like a couple weeks. I've been wanting to do this channel. And tonight, so she must be getting ready to be found soon. I'm hearing end of the week. I don't know if they're close, but I think like maybe because I don't remember back in the cards, like it said like opposite direction when they were looking. So I don't know if that was the beginning or now. But she's talking about end of the week. So I don't know if that's the end of this week. Because I feel like maybe they're circling or close or something. And that's maybe why. Because it's interesting where the buoys are is where they're searching now. What on the map from what she showed me. And I mean, I talked about all this in the other reading. Like, I think he did something with his GPS. Either turned it off, changed it, did something with it. Like, there's things done to cover his tracks, obviously. And then I had seen the little boat before I knew anything about that. That was all like a staging. He might have actually used that to... I don't know how much weight that can hold. Because I'm trying to see, because I did get it for a reason, but I don't know if I got it because that's part of his story or because that's what he used to dump her in. Because I don't know. I feel like she's attached to something heavy. And I do, again, get the anchor. And I can't remember if I said that in the last reading, but the wrapping her up with the EVP keeps coming in. And he could have put her like in a box or something like that because we got like a metal container. I don't know if there would be anything like that missing. And then that was wrapped up because I'm not sure he just put her. Well, this is where it's confusing because he could have. Well, see, I was thinking if this is where my mind's coming in at. Like, if he wouldn't have put her in a box, then the sharks could have taken care of it. But if he thought maybe that if she got loose or something and floated, maybe that's why he did it. To make sure she would be sunk and never return. Not my wording. Interesting though. I'm getting like a ghost ship or a sunken ship, which I know there is one around there, and she could just be validating. Because I don't think I'm seeing that because I know it's there because the way that I'm seeing it. And again, it's an area familiar, but deeper water. Like, I don't think she's, and I'll show you where I'm talking about. It's where I've already said, but she just validated with talking about the buoys. And as soon as I feel like I'm done getting one, I don't know if I can get anything else. There could be evidence like on an island because I keep getting an island, but I remember I got between the two islands and like a channel, and I'll show you in a minute how that's really interesting right now. But I think they need to go in deeper water if they're not currently in deeper water or between the two freaking islands, because I keep getting that. Now that could be a reference point, just like the buoys can be a reference point, especially in water spirit's going to give reference points. And I always get it as descriptions. Sometimes I get names. That's lucky if I do, but usually it's just a description. And I remember that I did get sharks, something about sharks. So it could be just an area where there are sharks. But again, maybe he was concerned and he wanted to make sure that she was, because we did get a metal container in that, and I'm just wondering. There's definitely metal around her or something very heavy. But I think maybe what if if he did put her in something and he was worried that she would, because that's why, worried that she would, what if something happened and she popped up or someone found her or something. Because I kind of get like that fear, like he didn't ever want her found. He didn't think people were going to catch on. That's the narcissism thinking and talking. When did she go missing? Why am I getting April? I don't remember when she went missing, but April something, huh? Because she's giving me April, so I don't remember whenever I'm in that zone anyways. But I feel like getting April 29th. So I don't know if she went missing April 29th. Something happened April 29th. Maybe I'll have to Google, or you guys can tell me, because I don't know. I don't know about things when I go into cases other than what I already got, and I don't remember any of that. I might even be repeating what I've already gotten. Because she wanted her story told in the way that she's hoping, again, just like Celeste, that it will help other survivors, other victims, women that are stuck in kind of the same situation, like in that trauma bonded situation that they're trying to get out. And she wants people to recognize the red flags and don't wait too long to leave. Like, ask for help, seek help. Like, that's what she's saying. Because there's nonprofits and stuff, and so she's saying, like, she wished she would have asked for help. She wished she would have been more open to help. She wished she wouldn't have believed everything that he said when he was threatening her, because she says that now she sees that there was a way out, but at the time she didn't. And she said, though, that in the back of her mind she always felt like this was the only way out. Like, she never thought she would leave that relationship alive, and that's really sad to say, but that's what she's saying. Like, because there was so many situations where I feel, and from what she's showing me, that she escaped narrowly with her life in the first place, things that were done or said as well, that she never thought she would leave this relationship alive. And I think that is another reason why she kind of stayed, because again, there was all these threats. But at the same time, she's saying she wished she would have sought help and followed through with that help. And there's a lot of like, I'm sorry, mom. So there's a lot of mom energy around this with her. So I don't know if they were close, if her mom tried to help her. There's a lot of like, I'm sorry, mom. I'm sorry. Keep getting, I don't know if it's her bracelet. She's like referencing my bracelet. So my bracelet, this is a charm bracelet that I made. So I'm wondering if she didn't have a charm bracelet at some point, or a relevant bracelet that was given to her by somebody that's coming in. I don't think it's the watch. Like I said, it's a bracelet. So I don't know, again, if it was given to somebody or something. Given to her from somebody. Or she gave it to somebody, but there's like, it feels like a charm bracelet or a significant bracelet. And there's also like, I'm sorry to daughter. I don't know where the school or training, school, I think it's like school or college or something is coming in at some point. I don't know if that's future or past for daughter. And also there's a mention of a baby coming in, and I can't remember if I got that before. Like within the next year or so, something with her daughter like having a baby or something, or she takes me to 2027, so either she has it or gets pregnant by then. But I'm pretty sure it's her daughter she's talking about. But she wants women to like recognize the flags, like when they start getting controlling, when they start, love bombing you. Like, she wants people to recognize what they're seeing and don't get in deep. Don't allow them to fool you, is what she's saying. If you have to research signs or whatever, like if you're not sure about someone and the way they're treating you, like she says, it's important to recognize it before you get into a point in a situation where you can't get out. And the thing about her is I feel like, again, she loved to travel, she loved the ocean, she loved the beach, she loved just being outside and having a good time. And it's like, at the same time, a lot of those memories are connected to a lot of pain that I don't think like people even realized she was going through, and that she took as, this is just how my life is and I'm kind of stuck. And like here is hurting and my shoulder is hurting. So I feel like, again, I don't know if he did something to her shoulder at some point, because my shoulder is hurting and my neck is hurting. That could have been that night or another time. But I feel like he's going to jail if they catch him in time, because I don't know if I'm hearing on the run. It's interesting because the EVP said he left, and they validated that when he just left all of a sudden. But I'm hearing like on the run. I mean, they honestly should never let him leave, but they didn't have evidence at the time. And he is such a narcissist. Like, catch me if you can. That's what I'm hearing. But I'm also like, I'm seeing like, I hope this is right, because I'm seeing orange jumpsuit, cuffs, jail time. So I hope that's right. And she's doing something with her wedding ring. So I'm not really sure if like he has it or there's something like that. But I do feel like she's showing me, I don't know if they sprayed luminol, because I see that there's blood somewhere that they found on Soulmate, and I don't know if this is out or not. But again, I was saying it happened on this before they took the boat and all that. So I feel they obviously found evidence of blood in a struggle and things like that. Because she's showing me like that kind of evidence. But I think the whole reason like she was pushing me was because, again, she wanted her story told. She wanted to say like, this is why I stayed, this is what was going on, and please don't follow in my footsteps. That seems to be a lot of the message now, is that these women that are going through this are trying to teach the younger generation, or whatever generation that is stuck in this kind of same situation or similar situation, for them to like recognize the signs. And like, she understands the soul contracts and everything. She gets all that now on the other side. But it's still like, that's just the mother in her, like she has to say like, you can just keep your eyes out for the signs. Because I feel like this relationship was really tragic. Like it is very tragic, but it is very traumatic. I'm getting a reference to 10 years. So I don't know if there was a shift in like the last 10 years, but I want to say that 10 years is marking like really like traumatic time. Because I don't know, like, she says he was always like this, but I do feel like it got worse. Especially during his narcissistic spirals, is what she's saying. So, and she said when he was like charming, like he was the most charming guy in the world. Like, so I'm gonna show you guys. I'm not getting much else. And I'm, like I said, I'm tired. So I'm gonna show you really quick what I found out when I looked in Google for the buoys, and I hope that it makes sense. So I'm pretty sure it's the right areas. So again, she started showing me the buoys, and she became kind of pushy about it. And I marked all the things I could find on Google for the buoys. Now check this out, because this was kind of wild when I realized. Because originally when you type it in, it says there's buoys down here at the Pelican Cays Land and Sea Park. It's shallow. They do it for the reefs and stuff like that. I mean, this side is not shallow, right? But look at this. So buoys. All these markers are buoys. Okay. There's a buoy here. There's a buoy here. There's a buoy here. And I want to say this is the shipwreck area. Okay. And I find this interesting. There's a channel right here. But what I was getting, I don't know if you guys saw the last video I did. Look at where this is. Didn't I tell you guys this channel right here? Like, I didn't even know where she went missing, where they were focused on, or anything like that. And I was saying the channel area between these two, because I was getting between two islands, like a channel between two islands. If you go out here, it gets deeper, right? So could he have went through the channels and put her in deeper water? Possibly. The ping or whatever, they're out here because of GPS. But GPS kind of can, cover kind of a wide area. So, because this is elbow K. But look at all these buoy areas. So I'm like, is she saying she's by a buoy, or is this just a reference? Like, look how close this is to the channel and the islands and stuff I was getting. Look, there's Johnny's Cay Island. That's interesting. Because I keep getting an island. So I don't know if she's like close to an island or it's a reference point. I don't know if they did like snorkeling or anything, because I actually looked it up, and there's no, I don't see any. So I don't know if anybody personally knows if they ever went snorkeling. I'm sure that they did, living this kind of lifestyle. Most people do. So I just find this is all shallow, right? But it just makes me wonder, did he like go into the deeper water like here? Like, I don't know, because of the reefs, right? Because these look like reef. I didn't see these before. So I don't know if it's like, if this is underwater or, But I just found it interesting because obviously she's probably not right by the buoys, because I mean, that looks like it's shallow. But I mean, I don't know if she was showing me the and this is where they're searching right now. So I just thought that was interesting. And then I don't know if she was showing me the ship. And again, I knew about it, but maybe it was easier for her to show me. I don't know why she would show it to me. I saw it as like a ghost ship that was split in half. It's right here. I actually tagged it twice because I forgot I did it. I don't know why she's showing that. Is this deeper water right here? I don't know. Like, if you can't get through over here, right? I don't know if like this is like reefs or deeper water. But this is where I was originally at. That's why I'm a little tripped out, because I didn't know about this area right here. The soulmate was docked over here. Snapper Point's right there, Mermaid Reef. So, I mean, she's giving me the buoys. So she's referencing probably where they're searching and that they're close, like they're circling her or something. But I just feel like she's in a little bit deeper water somehow. Is that a whale? That'd be wild. As a sea monster. I don't know. But that's kind of wild. So, yeah, because down here, so she's gotta be, and again, I go back to the fact that when I was doing the last video for you guys on her location, she told me channel, and I had to kind of look up what it was to describe it to you guys. So, I mean, it's interesting because there is a little, I keep getting an island. And I don't think it's a big island. Like, I think it's like a little island. But I keep getting between two islands. So this area would match. But I just don't know about the reefs and stuff. But I do think they're close. I do think, like, again, she gave me buoys. This is where all the buoys are coming up when I Googled it. And yeah, it gave me this for all the buoys. And I just thought, well, that's interesting, because this is literally where I was pointing to before. Well, I stuck between this one right here and this one right here. And from what I see, the only buoy, unless, I mean, I'm not from there, like, obviously, and I don't know much about that area, so I'm going off of Google, and they're telling me these are where the buoys are. Okay, so again, either she referencing like what's by her, or she's referencing the area, like they're close. You know what I mean? Because she kept showing me buoys over and over. So, and this is kind of an area I keep getting stuck in every time I come on the map. And I kind of can't breathe now in this look. The problem is like, I don't know exactly where at in the ocean, because it's the ocean. Like, there's not like a reference point to say, hey, you know, right there. I just know all of a sudden I can't breathe. So this, excuse me, this has got to be, it can be like, I can be miles off or whatever, but when I start honing in on an area, I start feeling things, but I don't know exactly like where I'm feeling it at, if that makes sense. So that's what kind of sucks. But anyways. It'd be nice if the REM pod went off. It's been very quiet since we finished our live. I don't know why. But it's a familiar place. So I don't know if there's any familiar place that they went to out here. You know? Because I remember we were getting familiar. See, there's the harbor. So, you know, they're definitely closing in, and I feel like, see, this is where the ship is, and then up here is where the buoys are. And I think I feel like the worst, like around this area, right where we're looking. I think I feel the worst. But I keep getting these two stupid islands. I just don't know what two islands they are, but it's like, in the very first reading, I was shown two islands and then the water that goes between them. So I think she was giving a reference point. I'm hearing protected. So is it a protected area of the water? I know reefs are protected. Makes me wonder if he didn't put her in the reefs. Is there deeper areas of the reef if she's in a protected area of the reef? I know the protected area is, hold on, let me see something real quick. All right, so from what I found, there are protected areas. So there is the Hopetown Harbor. Elbow Cay itself is protected. Hopetown Harbor is protected anchorage on Elbow Cay, offering calm waters and scenic mooring areas. It's managed as a safe harbor for vessels and part of the local marine environment. Pelican Cay's land and sea park, located 8 miles north of Cherokee Sound, Great Abaco, is 2,100 acre park, part of the Sea of Albaco's protected marine and coastal areas, reef, undersea caves, and diverse wildlife. Foul Cays National Park, renowned for coral reefs, seagrass beds, and dive spots. It's protected East Abaco, if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, Creeks National Park, Abaco National Park, Walker's Cay National Park, Black Sound Cay Reserve, that's 30 miles, and then Tolu Cay. So I don't know if she's talking about the Hopetown Harbor being protected of where she's at. The Pelican one is further this way. That was because there's buoys at the Pelican one. And I wondered, But apparently, like, there's lots of coral and stuff there. I did feel weird when I went down that way, though, right now. Because I keep going back and forth from, like, Pelican to there. I don't know why. Because my original spot, I'm looking for, like I said, like a channel. So then we have Foul Case. I think I saw that. She can just validating that it's protect there. Oh, right here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So this area is protected too. This is the other area I was going to. I was going back and forth to that and that, but there's no buoys here. But that's also protected, and that's not far. I just keep going like towards like the deeper water, and I just like this would be an area that he would know, I think, or that they were familiar with, that maybe they visited in their time there. But he might have put her in a protected spot. I'm hearing protected, so I don't know if that's like the Hope Arbor itself or she's close, like she's either in or close to like a protected area. Yeah, I don't know. I keep going back to like this channel area and then down here because of that boat that I saw. So I don't know. This is like another little channel which I found interesting. See, my arm hurts there. Ow. Because I'm wondering like how much weight or whatever, like that little boat, the little dinghy they're on. I don't know nothing about dinghies. Because like he could get it through like a little channel, but I don't know. Because my arm hurts right here. So like my shoulder, my arm, I don't know if like there's some kind of injury to that. But this area right here, again, it's not near the buoys, so that throws me off a little bit, but it is near that other stuff. But I mean, she was giving me the buoys, so she could just be referencing like they're closer and it's in the, you know, same area. I don't know if there's any other buoys. Like this is what came up on Google. So anyways, I think that's, I mean, unfortunately it doesn't work like, oh yeah, she's like pointing to an area like she's right there. I just gave you kind of the best that I can, especially in the ocean. Like it's not as simple as like so specific that's like, oh yeah, she's in that part. Like, it doesn't really work like that. I can just tell you what I'm feeling and what I was seeing and what I was getting. So hopefully she's found. I don't know if she meant like the end of this week or the end of like next week, but she pushed me tonight, so it just makes me wonder if she meant the end of this week. Anyways, yeah. So, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. And now my throat, oh my gosh. See, I don't, because now my throat is hurting right here. Like my throat's being grabbed. And it started when I was down here, but this is just where the ship is. So I don't know. She showed me the ship, so that's why I'm confused, because the ship is not near the buoys. So she give me like a reference point. Like if she gives me like, like between 2 points. Is that what she's giving me? I'm hearing, is she giving me between 2 points? I mean, these would be considered islands. I don't know. I go back to like the island in the channel thing. It's I feel like it's definitely around this area because now she's making my throat feel like it's, you know, and I got a pain on the side of my head, but you know, I'm also well. Anyways, all right. So I think that's it. I'm gonna end it. If I get anything else, if she gives me anything else, if she becomes pushy again, if she gives me any kind of symbol for anything that can be helpful, you know that I'll put it out. So as you can see, I get pushed by spirit even when I don't think I can handle it. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, but tonight she was like, nope, you're going to do it because this is important. So, all right. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you please hit the like button on your way out and leave a nice comment. I'll talk to you guys later.